Honey,
Just pull it up like this. Make sure it's
You are live, ladies.
it's all the way up to the end.
You are live, ladies, on the After Dark with Malcolm and Lisa show.
She's teasing my mic right
We're teasing microphones right now. As freaky as that may sound, we are innocent. We're teasing microphones, but we are live with Melissa. Travel Talk with Melissa. I know I'm screwing off another name.
Mel C. No, it's Travel with Mel C.
Travel with Mel C, y'all. I've got her up on the screen right now, and I will be prompting you guys with each conversation we have throughout the night. Welcome to After Dark with Malcolm and Lisa show. It is all about vacationing. It's all about travel. It's all about cruising the world. We're going to also talk about 30 days in an 18-wheeler. 30 days in an 18-wheeler across America. And then we're going to talk about a cruise that we got coming up. Welcome to the After Dark with Malcolm and Lisa show. Lisa, Mel C, what's going on, y'all?
It's Monday. Hey. Oh, my gosh.
Hola, senors and senoritas.
Now we're speaking in Spanish.
Hey, it's part of being a travel agent. You got to learn.
To be multilingual.
Yes.
That's a word.
Multilingual.
Mo McCoy says hello.
Hey. So, we are live with Travel with Mel C tonight. And we're going to be talking, like Malcolm said, about traveling for 30 days. Traveling for 30 days on an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Her son drives trucks for a living.
Two
of her sons drives trucks for a living. So she decided, before headed back into the workforce, to take a 30-day road trip, starting here in Houston, Texas, and ending up in different parts of the state.
So my son, Corey, and he's going to call in later to answer questions or talk or whatever. He's been asking me for like 3 years now to go on the road with him. And I'm like, truck stops, me, bougie girl that likes to wear dress. I don't know if I want to do that. So I, of course, always had, reservations. And so I never really did. And then I finally decided, okay, let's do this. I had 30 days. I got some free time. Let's spend some time with the sun and see what's out there and see what's going on in the truck driving world. And I was amazed and shocked.
Let's talk about it. What was the most amazing thing you saw on the road?
I don't know if you want to call it amazing. Okay, it was amazing, but it scared the living
amazement out of you?
Shit out of me. I don't want to get cussed. Yeah. So it was the Smoky Mountains. We drove through the Smoky Mountains. Me being Miss Naive and never driving through a mountain before, we went and picked up a load in Kentucky. And he said, we're going to South Carolina. I'm like, all right, South Carolina. I'm watching the signs, because I'm trying to be informed, because every area that we would go into, I would Google it to see what, what their main export or what they were known for in that state and all that kind of stuff. So as I'm going through and I'm like, Appalachian Mountains. I'm like, okay, Appalachian Mountains. So I'm videoing. We went through a tunnel and I'm videoing going down the mountain. And then I see 4% grade. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he said, that means it's a 4% incline. I'm like, okay, so what's the highest incline that you've been on? He said 9. I'm like, okay, that sounds a little scary. I asked him where, Rocky Mountains. I'm like, okay, so we're driving. I'm still having fun. And then I see sign 7% incline. I'm like, oh shit. He's like, Mom, don't miss the river. Mom, I'm like, oh shit. I got my
you can't
thing
curse.
On. I was so scared. Yeah, it was crazy, but it was beautiful. But I had my hand. He said he thought I was going to break the handle, and I kept trying to use my brakes, but they didn't work.
No brakes.
My brakes did not work.
No brakes. We'll get right back to Melissa in a second. Thank y'all for joining the After Dark with Malcolm and Lisa show tonight. Please share the video if you're watching from our live feeds. If you're listening from www.realtalk100radio.com. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight's show is all about traveling the world, cruising the world, and vacationing. If you have friends, family, you have loved ones who want to learn more about traveling the world, share this video to them. We want them to tap in tonight. You're more than welcome to call in tonight, all night at 713-777-9595. Call in with any travel questions at 713-777-9595. We are with Travel with Mel C, right?
Yes, he's very good.
I said it right. Can I get a round of applause? I'm notorious for messing off people's names. I didn't mess hers off tonight. Travel with Mel C. Go give her a follow on Instagram and Facebook, correct?
Yep.
Travel with Mel C. She is a travel agent here in Houston, Texas, but she can book your cruises. She can book your flights, your resort packages all over the world, y'all. And that's what we're here to talk about tonight. We've already got a couple comments up here. I wanted to pay particular attention to them right quick. Mo McCoy is in the building. Mo is all the way in town from Las Vegas, Nevada. He's got a movie premiere coming up on July 20th, everybody. It's on our Facebook page at Real Talk 100 Radio. Filmmaker Mo McCoy is coming to town. He is premiering a movie called Bad Boxer. So if you are a movie critic, you are a movie buff, come out and buy your tickets. Get your tickets. I believe he's got a ticket link on Eventbrite. Mo, if you're still on here, put your link down in the comments so we can try to fill that theater up for you, my man. Mo, filmmaker Mo McCoy. Y'all go give him a follow at Fireproof TV. He is a filmmaker in Las Vegas, Nevada. He used to live in Houston. But I just wanted to put that plug out there. We also have Mr. Sam Smith. Mr. Sam Smith of Sam Smith Consulting. He's all about furthering the education of children. If your children are getting bullied, they got any problems with the administrators, the teachers, any problems with the students, Sam Smith is the guy to call. He takes care of all your problems. I believe he just went to Dallas or Austin this morning, I believe, to take care of a problem a child was having in school. Sam Smith Consulting wants consulting by you.
Yes.
Yes, he says he needs to take his boyfriend on a cruise or a trip.
And I think you should go with us in November. It gives you time to pay it, gives you time to grow your relationship. And who better to party with in the middle of the ocean than us?
I'm going to throw Sam Smith in the water.
Oh, you better watch Malcolm. He just might. He just might. Somebody got thrown in the water this week, or he jumped, or he fell. Probably intoxicated fell.
Here's where he said it right here, Melissa. He wants, I need to take my boyfriend on a trip.
Okay.
Yep, November. We're going to be talking about that on the live, so stay tuned or come back and watch the replay. Hashtag replay if you're watching it after the live. The red button on the corner of your screen is gone. That means you're watching it after our live. Tap in hashtag replay. We're going to be talking about cruising in November. We're looking at two different options right now, Belize and or Jamaica. So if you are interested in taking a cruise, the cruising is very inexpensive. And then it's 7 days typically. All your food and your entertainment's included. So thank you, Jerry. Jerry's interested in travel. You came to the right show. You have 3 travel agents.
You know who that is, right?
No.
That's Mr. Homestead Slim.
That's what I thought, because I just saw his name pop up on my screen.
Mr. Homestead Slim.
He's got the best show on Street 100, The Heat.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's the go-to show in Houston.
Oh, you messy. She messy. We'll tell you off camera. She just being messy right now. But
I'm not being messy. He does have a great show.
He has a great show.
Yeah, he has a great show.
Picking on somebody else. And I hope you're not falling out of your chair laughing. Homestead Slim. Homestead Slim, y'all go check him out. He's at Street 100 The Heat. He has a radio show also. He's all about underground music. If you got underground music, he's a good guy to tap into. Homestead Slim, make sure you call in tonight if you have any questions about travel. We are with Travel with Mel C. Go and check out her pages on Facebook and Instagram. Did you ever get that YouTube up and running?
No.
She's fired.
She's
She's
fired.
been home for at least a week. That's
okay. I'll work on it.
Grounds for termination.
This week.
Too late.
I had so many things. I was gone for an entire month. I had so many things to catch up on. You do not realize all the things that you do when you're at home all the time that you have to catch up on. I had so many things to do. So this week I had to do some calls today, but I think I'm finally caught up with almost everything. So I can definitely go start working on that so you can explain all that good stuff.
Travel with Mel, MELC. That is her travel page. That is where she goes live. She posts a lot of great travel tips. She does her homework and her research, and a lot of specials come up on there. You get to see pictures of stuff. We're teaching her how to do the video parts of it. She's still learning. So definitely be patient with her. We're going to be doing some lives together. I know before she left me for an entire month, we had talked about doing something similar to a book club, but it's more of a movie club. So we'll be going live on her page. We're probably going to start it in August, so we have time to kind of prep and get ready and advertise and let you guys know we're coming. Anybody that is interested, basically we take your platforms like your Netflix, your Hulu, your what else is out there?
Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus. What else?
Disney Plus, anything like that. Any of your TVs that's not TVs. I mean, you can watch some things on TV too. I know there is some things that you can watch on regular TV that's also being shown on Netflix and Hulu, but every week we'll pick a show, a movie rather, that you watch, and then the next week it's like a book club. We get together and we talk about it.
And we're going to review the movies as to what the quality. There's 3 movies coming out that I want to see. One of them is in August, which is, it's the Idris Elba movie.
Oh, I love Idris Elba.
We don't just, his movies are great, but that's not usually the reason we go see
Yes, we have to watch Idris Elba for sure.
It's an African movie. It's about a safari or something where it's supposed to be really good. There's another one that's coming out this week. It's the Thor movie, which like me some Thor too. And then there's one that is based on a book, and it's something about the crawdads or something. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a murder mystery.
So basically, we give you the movie, you watch the movie, and then we come together the next, I believe we picked a Sunday. The next Sunday, we come together and we have wine and food, and you can join us. No, we may not do Sundays. I don't know. We're going to kind of tweak the day to kind of see. That's what the next 3 weeks are for, to kind of outline everything. But we're going to pick a day that works for a majority of us, because of course we can't make everybody happy, but we're going to have wine and food. Now we can do it at a restaurant that doesn't have music. We can pick a different person's house every week that's interested in participating. And it's like a book club. We get together, we drink wine, and it doesn't have to be a full meal. We could do hors d'oeuvres, we could even do a dessert night, so each person, may host that night, and we get together and we talk about that show and what we liked, what we didn't like, what, we got from the movie, and just, each other's experience, because everybody's going to have a different view of the movie, the different things that they took away from that movie, especially if it's like a true movie, a movie that based on a true story. We may have a lot of different opinions, and it's something fun, and we get to drink together and eat together. And if you're a business owner, then of course we'll shout you out on our social media pages, let you introduce your business. I'm being told to shut up. Did you see that?
He's trying to get you back on topic.
That means shut up.
That's the back on topic.
That means shut up.
That means we've tagged everybody to listen in tonight about travel, dear.
not about books. I'm sorry.
We
but
got several topics tonight, guys.
people
So if
are
you're
probably
tuned
listening to you
in,
going, what in the world?
Yeah.
I have to see what time it is because Corey's going to be
So-
coming at 7:30.
Melissa started her journey 30 days ago in Houston, Texas. Where was your first destination?
So, of course, we had to go pick up beer in Houston. And, of course, where did it go? In Texas. We went to Abilene. I'm like, okay, I've never been to Abilene. Let's go there. Then we went and dropped off, picked up, and went to San Angelo, which I'd never, San Angelo or Angelo? I think it was San Angelo. Okay. And, never been there. Okay. But one thing that was interesting about that is we drove through area that had been the fires in Texas.
Which I didn't even know existed. I've heard about the California.
About it twice, that there were 2 different fires that broke out in Texas. I heard about those, but I didn't really know where they were. So driving through it was eye-opening. I mean, it was black, everything black.
What was black? I was distracted for a minute.
Everything. I mean, you had it looked like toothpicks that were black. The dirt was black. Everything. It was complete. Everything was gone. Nothing.
Where were you again?
San Angelo, I think, is where we drove through. I don't remember the
That's-
highway that
I
we
believe
were
that's
on.
West Texas.
Yes, West Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I put pictures, and it's on Travel. It's on Travel with Mel C. It's on my page. Some of the pictures that I was able to take on there.
Corey says hi.
Of that place. Corey's on. Hey, Corey.
Yes.
So yeah, it took us like a week to get out of Texas. They kept sending us, because Texas is so big, they kept sending us all over Texas. So we finally got a load out of Texas, and we're heading through Oklahoma. And guess who wanted to join us on our trip?
A deer.
Bambi. She wanted to come along.
Bambi.
Yeah,
Bambi.
Bambi. So we're driving through Oklahoma, and Bambi just jumped out in front of us.
You hit a deer.
We hit a deer.
In an 18-wheeler.
In an 18-wheeler.
Ouch.
So there
Did
was
the deer
nothing
die?
left.
Well, no, actually, I watched Bambi hit and fly over into the ditch. I mean, I could see her face and everything just going on over.
Did you CPR her?
No, I was in an 18-wheeler. How was I supposed to get out?
Did she survive?
I don't know. We had to keep going.
You had to keep going. Okay.
She broke a headlight. So we ended up, because we were dropping off that load in Kansas City. So we dropped off the load in Kansas City and then ended up in Springfield for 2 days to get fixed, because that's a DOT violation for a headlight thing.
No, hold on. Back up just a second. The last time I went from here to West Texas, you said it took a week to get out.
It took us a week to get out of Texas
Why?
because they kept sending us places in Texas.
Detouring?
Well, yeah, and
Making deliveries.
one thing that people, I think, is a misconception of a lot of people is that when you get a load, I mean, you're done quickly, you're in and out quickly. That don't happen.
That doesn't happen?
No. I mean, a lot of people say, truck drivers have an easy job. They just sit behind the wheel. Oh, no, sir, they don't.
It's more than that.
Oh, my God. We spent 5 or 6 hours in Houston just getting our load because they have regulations. They can only carry so much. So they loaded the truck. We went, picked it up. We went across the scale. It was too heavy.
So you had to unload.
So we had to drive back in. We had to go back in. They had to take some of it off and leave. Well, they don't like reloading. So we were in that line for 3 hours.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So it took almost a week to get out of Texas.
Yes.
18,
That was like 2 or 3 stops. And it took us like a week to get out of Texas.
18. Hey, everybody that talks about those 18-wheeler drivers, y'all. Hey, man, we're talking about Miss Mel C. Just went on a trip with her son across country last month. And
a whole month of June.
A whole month they were on the road in an 18-wheeler. So she's telling you right now, she's telling you her story, that her experience, I mean her experience during that month.
Imagine 2 people living, okay, you're in your truck, the truck y'all drive from front to back. The only difference is it's that size. The only difference is there's no seats and you can stand up because it's tall.
Okay.
Now you're spending an entire week. The only time you get out of that truck is if you got to go to the bathroom.
Okay. I thought they had bathrooms in there.
No.
Okay.
Who told you that?
Oh,
have
now
personal
they
bathrooms.
make little porta potties that you could take on there, but ew.
Ew.
I thought they
No,
had
there's
one
no
on there.
bathrooms in there. He has a refrigerator and he has cabinet space where he can put food. He actually has an air fryer and a microwave, but no, there are no bathrooms. Now there are really expensive ones. But they're like $200,000 trucks to buy those that he says that some of them have have a shower and some kind of a little kitchenette kind of area to them.
Okay.
Wow.
And the beds are bigger.
Right. I think that's what I saw.
Yeah.
I think that's what I
We
saw.
need Corey to upgrade his job.
Oh no, they don't make enough money to do that. Not for that kind of a truck.
Uh-oh, somebody's mad at us. Whoever's mad at us, talk to me. Talk to me. What did we say wrong this time?
So the
Ain't no
medication on Good Times, it's hot. It is, Tina. It is hot in Texas.
Tina Wright says it's hot here, but I'm in the air conditioning. Can't go anywhere because of the medication I'm on. Good times. Good times, you all. I'm going to periodically go in and out for comments. This is Mel C's son. It looks like Mr. Corey Kendrick says that was Kansas.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got hit in Kansas by the deer, not in Oklahoma. We drove
okay.
through Oklahoma. There was a storm in Oklahoma.
Okay.
I have a picture of a turtle in Oklahoma.
A turtle in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was. I was praying for that poor turtle. It was crossing the pavement with all the 18-wheelers. I'm like, please keep going. Don't nobody's. I thought somebody's gonna run over that turtle. They didn't.
I'm trying to imagine you praying for a turtle.
I was praying for a turtle. I'm like, hurry, turtle! I took his picture. He's on my Facebook. The picture of the turtle.
Wow.
Corey again says, hi, Mom.
Hey, Corey, we're
he-
talking about you.
Did he purposely misspell hi?
Well, no, he's a truck driver. He can't do that.
Oh,
on
he can't do
purpose.
none of that? All
No,
right,
he can't do
Corey.
that
I'm just
on
picking on you, Corey. This is the After Dark with Malcolm Lee show. It's all about traveling the world. It's all about cruising the world. It's all about vacationing. If you are interested in any one of those, that's what we're talking about tonight with Mel C. Travel with Mel C. Check her out on Facebook and Instagram. Right now, we started out slow. We're talking about her 30 days on the road with her son. Is this the same son right here?
Yes, that's the one I drove.
It's the same son.
Same
that,
son.
That she was on the road for 30 days in an 18-wheeler. Mel C., tell us something else about that trip. What else was crazy about it? What else was soothing? Was it soothing? Was it relaxing?
No.
No, it was stressful the whole time.
Well, I'm not going to say it was stressful. I mean, I enjoyed, it was a comedy show with Corey and I, because here we are in this truck and, I am an older female. I am not a petite female and they have bunk beds in these trucks. So guess who had to be on the top bunk?
You.
Me.
Have mercy.
Now, luckily, there are ladders. But I'm old, people. I'm telling. Well, I'm older. I'm not
Right.
old. But I ain't climbed into bunk beds since I was probably 5. I'm telling you, we laughed so hard one night I thought I was gonna pee myself. Because here we are climbing up here, and I'm like, I couldn't figure out. I got to the one point, and I had to get my leg up and pull myself into this bed. Okay, there ain't nothing up there to hold on to. So I'm holding on to the bed, trying to lift and he's like. He's trying to help me, but he's laughing. And then when he laughs, I'm laughing. And finally, I just dropped. And he's like, yeah, that's it. And then I hiked my leg up and got it. So we had to do that every night. It was, oh my gosh. It was a comedy show climbing in and out of that truck.
But nothing relaxing about the whole trip.
I mean, driving wasn't bad, but there's so many things people don't realize. Like, I am a radio listener. And I have my music on and I'm singing at the top of my lungs. You think I'm in karaoke when I'm driving. You don't drive with the radio on because in an 18-wheeler, you have to be able to listen to your vehicle. These trucks are set up with, my first couple of days, I'm like, what is that? What is that? Everything made a noise. So when somebody comes in your blind spot, it makes a noise. And somebody comes and whenever he's getting close to a toll that he might, or not a toll, what are the way station that he might have to go into, it makes a noise. And it makes noises for everything.
The truck.
And yes.
Okay.
They're modern how they're set up. And one of the things that I thought was terrifying was the fact that some drivers put it on cruise control. Well, one of the things that would happen is if he would be getting ready to get over in the lane that he's supposed to drive in. Mm-hmm. And he's got his blinker on, but he has his blinker on so the truck knows he's going to get over. Okay. So somebody comes in his blind spot. So then all of a sudden you hear this, it's freaking out like it's going to be a crash. Okay. So you'll stop.
Wow.
And I'm like, holy crap, what is wrong with the truck? I'm freaking out. He's like, no, it just, and so he told me a story. He's like, most truck drivers don't drive with their cruise control on because if you have your cruise control on and that happens, it brakes for you. It'll slam on the brakes thinking you're going to have an accident.
Okay.
Wow.
So you could be driving down the road, not even realizing, and somebody comes in your blind spot and it
Right.
slams on its brakes.
Right.
Wow.
So
and you're not ready, so
you're
you're
not ready.
flying through the windshield.
So there was so much I learned about this industry that I had no clue.
No
So
clue.
the whole point in all that was that he don't drive with his radio on. So that just because he wants to be able to hear everything.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so here, that's my, when
So
I get
you're-
into a vehicle, that's my soothing thing.
So
So
you're
I don't
going
get no.
crazy with no music.
The only time we had music is when we drove across Kansas going to Colorado.
Okay.
Now I have a suggestion for any family member that is going to go on a vacation to Colorado and they're going to drive. Please bring entertainment for your children.
Why?
The only thing you're going to find in Kansas is cows.
A bunch of cows
That's it.
and cow patties.
That's it.
That's it.
There isn't like even, he told me before we got on 70, he said, if you need to go to the bathroom, you need to go now.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They don't even have that many truck stops because there's nothing there.
Wow.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
No.
Don't go to Kansas, y'all. Don't go
drive
to
all the
Kansas.
way across Kansas. Don't do that.
So when Melissa told me she was taking this trip, I imagined her stopping at all these different like restaurants and mom and pop's places where she could go live and talk about the food, because every state is known for something.
Right.
And it may not be something food related, but they're known for something, you know, like strawberry festivals, and they're known for their barbecue sauce. They're known for their pizza. They're known for their barbecue. You know, they're known for their fried chicken. They're known for their crawfish. You know, every state is known for something. So I envisioned her stopping and, you know, trying something new, and then telling us her experience about being in this state and what she experienced by being there. But being in an 18-wheeler, it's actually very hard for you guys to get a decent
You really
meal.
couldn't do that because your dispatchers that dispatch you loads, they're out to make money too. So they want you to drop off and head to your next one. They
Get
don't
back
want,
on the road.
they only want you to stop to sleep. That's all they want you to do. So when you stop, that's what you're supposed to do, is go to sleep. So then, because he has 3 clocks he has to follow. He has like a 14-hour clock and 8. He'd have to explain that. There's 3 clocks is all I know. And when the 14-hour clock ends, you have to stop. You can't drive anymore.
Wow.
By law.
By law. Yeah. So, and then one of them, you have to take a 30-minute break. So sometimes when they're like going to refuel, or if he needs to stop to go to the bathroom or something, then he'll do his 30-minute then, so that he doesn't have to do it later or whatever. But
Right.
you have certain things. So 90% of the time, all we ate was truck stop food.
And how bad is that?
Well, it depends on your truck stops. I will have to say most of the ones that he stopped at were Love's, and I think a lot of there's 3 of them that he liked was TA, Love's, and I can't remember the other one. There were 3 of them, but Love's gives them a lot of points because they fuel up there, and you get so many points for how much you spend. And so then a lot of drivers, and I've noticed a lot of drivers that we talked to or met or saw out there, they use the points for their food, so they don't have to pay for their food.
Okay, that's good.
So
It's like an incentive. You
Yeah.
get your gas there and you get a free meal. And that does save money, because if you think about it, most truck drivers probably don't eat 3 meals a day.
but that is if you use the Love's food, like their fast food stuff. Most all Love's will have 1 or 2 restaurants associated, like a Subway or a pizza place, or one had a Taco Bell. What was the one that we saw the most? Some of them have chicken places. Hardee's is at some of them, but you don't get points at those because those are actually Hardee's. They're not Love's. So, but yeah, so you pretty much got the same choice of food. We got excited one day because they had a Dunkin' Donuts. We got some donuts.
Oh, so they don't actually have truck stops like they used to back in the day, that was like a mom and pop buffet or, you know, home style cooking?
I never saw any of that. I mean, they have restaurants. Sometimes there'll be restaurants around, but not attached to the actual truck stop.
Okay.
I mean, there's some little places, but you have to worry about, you know, of course, you have to get your fuel at certain places that's attached to your accounts.
Right.
And then you have to worry about some of the littler places charge you to park, whereas the big places don't.
Gotcha.
Just park overnight. And, you know, whether or not they're maneuverable to get in and out of for an 18-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of stuff you have to take in consideration when you're doing it that I had no idea about any of that kind of stuff.
We are right before we switch gears here. It's 7:30. We got about 30 more minutes left on this interview, and we got another interview coming in at 8 o'clock. So right before we switch gears on this one, about this trucking thing, me and Lisa are thinking about taking a truck dispatching
We are
course.
taking a truck dispatching course this Saturday.
I think it would be interesting.
I think you got, that's probably Corey calling in. If that's the phone line.
Yes.
I'll talk about that when he gets on the line.
Real Talk 100 Radio. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with tonight?
So this is Corey.
Hello, Corey.
Hey, son.
Hey. Before you ask anything or say anything, did you misspell high on purpose, sir?
I did not realize that
Look,
He's trying to imply your mama gets high. She does not.
It's probably his phone because my phone, changes my words all the time on me as well.
It's spell correct or autocorrect
Yeah.
or whatever. He is not saying his mama gets high because she does not.
All right, Corey, what do you have to talk to us about tonight?
when I talked to my mom, she mentioned that I could call in and talk about the trip with y'all.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So Malcolm and Lisa just said that they're thinking about doing a truck dispatching job, taking the training for that. What do you say about that?
Man, that's a whole another side of the industry. Those guys, they do a lot of work with the shippers and receivers and picking out loads and a bunch of other stuff. That's a whole other side of it that I don't really know about.
Well,
there are a lot of companies out there that actually dispatch trucks for them. I work with lumbers and receivers and shippers and all those guys.
Let me ask you a question. So your company couldn't do that, use an independent like that, because your company hires their own dispatchers, right?
Well, Wilson we're a power only for Prime.
Right.
Those are the chillers I hold. So they have dispatchers that work with their customers like, Costco or HEB or the main meat plants that we pick up at, and they figure out loads and what they charge and all that stuff. So Wilson uses their people,
Yeah.
and we take their loads for them.
Yeah. So he wouldn't be able to use an independent. His would have to be. So that's one thing that you guys would come in contact with if you decided to do that. You'd either have to partner with a bigger company that had a lot of drivers, or you would have to take on independent drivers that don't work for big companies.
Right.
Is how that would work.
Right.
Well, we are signed up for the class on Saturday. From our understanding, there's money in it, and it's something you can do from our environment. So we're excited about taking this class. We don't know if that's the next business we plan on opening or not. But we want to learn about it because from what we understand, it does open up doors that we need to open.
$8 billion a year industry.
Well, they need drivers, right, Corey? I mean, his dispatchers, they are on his butt from the time he stopped. They have trackers in the trucks. They know where they are, what they're doing, what's going on at that truck at all times. Even Corey, tell them about your engine and all that stuff. Are you there?
Yeah. If I call in the maintenance about an issue with my truck, if I give my truck number, they can pull it up on the computer system and they can tell what my oil pressure is, all that stuff. All on the computer.
And a lot of what Corey does is he does the refrigerated trucks. He does a lot of those kind of loads. If
Brian can pull up the trailer I have, and they can go over what the motor's doing, what the temperature is coming out of the motor for the reefer unit, how cold it is, all that stuff.
Say he falls asleep or something and it runs out of gas and it goes below the temperature, it'll know.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's so much that they track on those trucks and so much they can do.
Diagnostics over the computer.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, a lot of the stuff that we haul is, temperature sensitive, like meats and ice cream and whatnot. So they really watch that stuff really hard.
That's awesome.
When he gets his
One thing
loads.
I want to claim on is those whole trailer full ice cream. He's like $1 million a day. He's lost the whole trailer full ice cream.
Wow.
Yep.
Man, so those truck accidents that we see that are going through New York from Texas or something like that, and they tear the whole lid off of the trailer because the bridge was too low. They put you in debt when you lose a load?
If you're an
If
independent.
it's something like that, if it's driver error, yeah, they go after the driver first.
Wow.
Like, bridge heights and stuff, that's one of the first things they teach us as drivers. Our trucks are 13 feet, 6 inches tall. And 90% of the bridges you will see are that height or higher. But when you get to like cities like New York, like you said, there's a lot of bridges that aren't that height. And those are routes that trucks are not allowed to be on.
Huh.
So that's to the gritty.
I've seen
So when the driver goes into that area, it's bridge, it's all on him.
I've seen at least 10 pictures where the trucker obviously wasn't paying attention to the height and tore the whole lid off of the trailer. So I didn't know they put him in debt.
He has 2 different
Oh, yeah,
GPSs
and
that he
whole load
follows.
loss now, too.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. Not to mention, if you damage your truck, you gotta pay for that, and the company's obviously gonna charge you for the trailer too. So that's lost money there.
Boy.
Wow.
Yeah, and they don't play when it comes to accidents either. A lot of companies, if you have one accident on your record, they won't hire you.
Wow.
Just
I've
one
actually-
accident.
But they will not hire you.
Even if the accident's not your fault.
Yep.
Well, like most of the time, because they call us professional drivers, so they will find a reason to blame the driver. That's a lot of the issues nowadays, like on the highway, with they mainly train you in defensive driving, so watching other people what they do, because some people on their phones nowadays not paying attention.
Yeah.
Us being professional drivers, we're supposed to be able to watch for those signs. So if there's a way they can blame us, they will.
So, what is the craziest thing that you have seen as a truck driver driving down the highway?
Oh man, there's a whole list. I mean, how crazy are we talking? How crazy do we want to go?
Well, you can't curse and you can't be too explicit, but just pick the one that stands out in your brain the most.
That would be my first winter as a truck driver. I was with Swift, and I was in Washington State, all the way up there, all the way up north. And I'm coming down one of the big mountain passes. It's snowing, rain, sleet, ice on the road. And I'm coming down the last mountain pass. It's about 10% grade. That's my mom. She loves those grades.
Nope.
And I'm coming down the mountain, and the chain law goes into effect, which means you have to put tire chains on your trucks, you have traction. But I'm already halfway down the mountain, so I can't stop. And as I'm coming down the mountain, I look over on the side that's going up, and they're all stopping, putting chains on. And just one bus, like a passenger or like a Greyhound, something like that, decided he wasn't going to stop. And he come up the mountain and split all the way from the slow lane, coming up into the hammerland and hit the wall right next to me.
Oh, my goodness.
Gosh. A bus.
Talk about it, it changed my pants when I stopped.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine. Just saying a 9% grade is not for me. I learned what that meant the hard way.
Back in the day, when I was just a little bad, because I'm not really a bad girl, but when I was just a tiny little bit bad, we used to like to mess with the truck drivers.
And show things of
And show things of
Yeah,
a female nature. Have you experienced anybody that likes to prank the truck drivers?
I have not seen that myself, but my baby brother Billy has.
Oh.
Some experiences that are not too great.
Not female experiences either. I will say that. I won't say anything else.
Wow. So having your mom on the truck with you for a month, would you do it again?
I loved it. I mean, there were some times, I was worried. I've been out here 6 years, so I know how truck stops can be. I definitely tried a lot harder to find places to park with bathrooms, so she wouldn't have to worry about, finding a place to go or making up her own spot. But some truck stops are in bad areas. I was a little worried when she got out of the truck, but everything went good, and I had a great time. It was amazing.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys got that time together, because You know, I know she misses you guys being, you know, in Missouri and her being here. And, you know, when she talked to me about that trip, that was the first thing I thought of. This is an amazing opportunity for you guys to, you know, spend that quality time together.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main reason, other than wanting to see other places, that was the main reason I did it, was so that him and I could get an entire month together, you know, to spend, because you definitely get 24/7 in the truck. So you get, you know, you get your time. And I learned a lot. Corey is a very patient person. I don't think any of his brothers are as patient as him. And the things he had to deal with his poor mama and helping her climbing into the top bunk was a show all on its own. So yeah, but I definitely enjoyed myself, and it was an experience of a lifetime.
And out of all the places, go ahead, Corey.
It was definitely, you know, she saw the side of the industry I didn't really want to show her. The waiting around all the time and worrying about maintenance and trying to get things fixed and all that stuff. But she also got to see a lot of the, you know, the driving and the countryside stuff. I mean, she got to see a good amount of things. I mean, not as big as I like, but
Right.
she was a bunch.
Yeah, but at least now she actually sees from reality what your day-to-day job is, because a lot of people just don't know what goes into being a truck driver. You know, you see and you assume that all they do is sit behind the wheel of a truck, because, you know, back in the day, you didn't have to unload the trucks or load the trucks or anything like that. You literally just pulled up in the truck and they loaded and unloaded for you. So you really didn't move out from behind, you know, the wheel of the car.
Well, he doesn't have to unload the truck, but he has to wait for them to decide what they're going to do. He had a lot of stops. There were stops that he just backed the trailer in and unhooked and left.
Right.
And then went and picked up something else. But there were those that they had to actually unload it. And I think the worst experience we had was our very last load. And then people were about to see Mama Bear, because I was mad, because they left us in the yard from 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. And they treat them like second-class citizens. They're not allowed to go inside to use the bathroom.
No way.
No, they would not let us inside to use the bathroom. And we weren't allowed to leave the load until we had the paperwork. So we were in this yard that entire time, no food, nothing to drink, and no bathroom. Now they had a porta potty.
No, sorry, I'd have been holding it.
I couldn't. After an entire day, I had to use it. And I was mad. I'm like, you mean I have to go out? That is discrimination.
Wow, that's abuse.
I was livid. I'm like, you cannot. I can't believe you treat these people like
I
this.
probably would have got out into the parking lot and just popped.
Well, that's what I told him. I said, if I wouldn't get him in trouble, I was going to go out and stand right in the middle of the parking lot and show him what I needed to do.
I would have popped a squat and been like, hey, you didn't make it accessible for me to have a place to go.
You know, and it's 90 some odd degrees in here and you want me to go in a porta potty.
That would have been TikTokable.
Squatting in the parking lot?
Squatting in the parking lot.
TikTok here. Yeah, I think I might have shown a little more than I needed to show. So, and I was in a company truck, so I didn't want him to get in trouble. Or I would have said some not so nice things to the people, but you know, it's his job, so I couldn't do that. But I was not happy.
Wow.
Yeah, that happens more often than not. A lot of places they'll go there for a live unload, which means they unload their product and you gotta wait for them.
And they were not in any hurry.
They unload it and they down stack every pallet and counted the boxes.
Wow.
They did. They counted everything and put.
When they told me I could pull out of the door, they decided the 2 boxes were damaged and they didn't want them, so I had to back in the door. They put those 2 boxes of products back on my trailer.
2 boxes they put in the back of the 18-wheeler. 2 boxes.
Wow.
I'm like, you're going to put, he had to go get it out the back. It would have been all over the entire trailer. It was 2 boxes. Like,
Wow.
you people are just a piece of work.
I would have opened it to at least see if the inside
we did,
was
and we kept
damaged.
it. It was good. It had a cut in the plastic. That was it, one of them.
Wow.
And he had to do a claim for it. So he just took the sausage home and kept it for the family to eat.
Wow.
All right, Corey, is there anything else you'd like to say to your mother? We have to switch gears. We got about 20 minutes now, I think, before another show comes in. Anything else you want to say tonight before we release the line?
I'm just really grateful she came out with me and hoping for more in the future, but I understand that.
I told him ain't more unless I
Hey.
lose 50 pounds. around.
Hey, I can tell you right now, Corey, if you're looking for some kind of companionship, someone to talk to while you're on the road, I just happen to have your 19-year-old cousin here.
Nope, you're not taking Destiny on the road.
I
with
have
you.
your 19-year-old cousin here who would be an amazing companion on that truck for you. And if I can say anything else to convince you, hey, I'll make sure your mother sends you my phone number so we can talk, because she's
Probably not in
ready,
your best
willing, and
interest.
able.
Corey, not in your best interest.
She's ready, willing, and able.
Keyword is 19.
You might not like that because she makes me mad about leaving California for you to come get her.
And she's your cousin. You know, you got to love your cousins. Cousins need to spend quality time together too, you know.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for calling in, Corey.
Oh yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Corey. Have a good night, honey.
Good night.
So I'm sure there's we need more than an hour show to really go into all the fun and exciting things. But if you guys want to know more, she went live, she posted, she has different things on her page that you can see. So definitely, please go follow her at Travel with MELC. My nickname for her is Mel B, but her last name is now a C. So she's Travel with Mel C, and you'll be able to see not only that content for her 30 days on the road, but other content. We are taking a cruise together in November. We haven't finalized everything yet, but we do have a large group of people that's interested in going. We've been to Jamaica before, but we know the group that's going would really, really enjoy Jamaica. And there's so much of Jamaica we have not seen. The food, the drinks, everything is amazing. Or there's Belize. Belize, none of us have been to.
I vote Belize.
So that would be an awesome opportunity to actually have everybody together that's never been there to experience it all for the very first time. So we're going to weigh our options on that. We're going to finalize everything. If you're wanting to take a cruise with us, nobody's locked in yet. We can put together an itinerary for Belize. Our favorite times to travel is February and November. The weather's perfect. February, I think they say, is a little bit of hurricane season, but we've never ran into that problem.
No, I think it's just colder in February.
And
it's hurricane season.
Yeah,
June.
but when we say colder, it's still exotic. It's still perfect weather to be on a cruise. The cruise pricing is really, really good in November and February versus going on spring break, Christmas, Halloween, summer. You know, the prices are almost double during any major type holiday. And of course, when the kids are out on spring break, you don't want to be on a cruise ship anyway, because there's a lot of kids that travel during the school year on a cruise ship already. Can you imagine how many kids would be there on spring break, summer, Christmas break, Thanksgiving break? So, you know, we have Chef Carmen ATL is on a cruise right now with MSC. We've never experienced that cruise ship, although it is one that's on our roster. She went live yesterday, I believe it was, and said that this was the most luxurious cruise she's ever been on. She's on the cruise that she's the most relaxed, very small amount of children, and very small amount of Americans are on that ship. It's mostly Europeans that are on that ship. And I noticed today when I looked up the cruise, the prices are amazing, but you only have 2 ports in the States that you can go out of, and that's Miami and New York. But you're going to places like they're going to the Panama Canal. I'm sorry, they're going to Panama. No. They're going not Panama, Puerto Rico, and they're going to the Dominican Republic. Oh, okay. Now, that's places that I would love to go because I've never been to either one. So you would just have to get to New York or get to Miami to go to all these places that a cruise ship out of Galveston is not going to take you to.
You're going to run out of places to go. You're just basically going to go into the Caribbean out of Galveston. You can go to the Bahamas, which there's an 8-day that I would love to go out in the Bahamas, but you're basically going to get the Caribbean out of Galveston.
There is a 12-day one that happens once or twice a year that takes you to like 7 different ports.
And you can go through the Panama Canal on that.
Yes, that's something that I would definitely love to do one year. But when I was looking at MCS today, MSC, sorry. That's one thing that I did notice, the different places. I mean, they even go to Dubai.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's cruise ships all over the world. We just don't, we just don't see them because.
And is a little bit more expensive to have to fly into Miami or fly into New York. I mean, Miami, you could drive. It's a very long drive. New York, you could drive. Yeah, that's like 2 days. But you do have that extra expense of actually getting to that city. But think of the experience that you're going to have.
I mean, definitely there's experiences for sure. Just a lot of people go out of Galveston because it's a cheaper, you don't have to where you can drive and you don't have to worry about the additional expense. People that couldn't normally cruise can out of Galveston.
Exactly.
And a lot of times it's a once in a lifetime vacation that they do.
Exactly. So, she mentioned that there was very little kids, that it was mostly European. It was the most luxurious cruise that she had ever been on, and still reverts back to Carnival being her favorite, because Carnival is where the fun happens. I personally, and I'm pretty sure Melissa can too, can tell you the difference between Royal Caribbean and Carnival, because we've been on both. And Royal Caribbean, to me, I say is snooty.
Well, I've been on a Royal Caribbean ship, but I haven't sailed with Royal Caribbean, but I have sailed with Norwegian, and I preferred Carnival over Norwegian, just because of the way their cabins are set up and the way that the ship is set up. You have to walk through. I just didn't care for Norwegian as much as I thought I liked Carnival better.
I've never been on Norwegian, so that would be an experience too. But I have been on Royal Caribbean. I took a 7-day to Jamaica on Royal Caribbean. And although the food was great, although the entertainment was great, I felt more myself on Carnival, because you can actually be yourself. You can be goofy. Like Malcolm had never been on a cruise, and I took Malcolm on a cruise for my birthday month. No, I think our first cruise was his birthday. Yeah, his first cruise was for his 50th birthday, and he acted a complete fool. And the experience.
That's probably why my hip gone.
It's probably why. The experience from that made him.
Yeah, I've heard some stories.
Made him long-lasting friendships.
I behaved myself because Jacob was on that cruise, so I behaved myself.
His experience from his experience from that cruise ship made him long-lasting friendships, and people knew who Malcolm was by the time he got off that ship. If he would have done that on Royal Caribbean, I think the outcome would have been different.
Oh yeah, I think it would have been more. I think they frown upon you. Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel like it would have been different.
I don't think the pineapple people go on Royal Caribbean.
I don't think pineapple people go on Royal Caribbean either.
I think they do. They just make.
Well, it's more on a down low than it is on Carnival.
They don't hang pineapples on their door?
I don't know. I haven't.
Probably not.
No. I would think not.
They're not going to put up.
Well, I will tell you.
Everybody knows what pineapples mean, so I don't see Royal Caribbean cruisers doing that.
Carnival?
They'd be aghast.
Right quick, y'all. Right quick. For anybody who's on the live feed or listening to us at www.realtalk100radio.com, if you would like to know what a pineapple is all about when you go on a cruise ship, just don't enter without knocking, because you might see something.
You might see something
you like or you don't like. Because if someone hangs a pineapple on their door, or
upside down pineapple,
or upside down pineapple, or they're wearing a pineapple shirt, like the old Gilligan Island looking Hawaii 5-0 looking shirts with pineapples all over them, most likely they're swinging, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
they're in the lifestyle, and they're on that boat to get their swing on.
And Carnival is pineapple friendly. And I want you to know,
they know firsthand. No.
For the listening and watching audience, I have already bought my pineapple dress for the next only because I want to throw some people off.
Wow.
But I have bought
I'm not walking next to you.
The cutest little summer dress that is covered in pineapples. Of course, they're the right way up. So if you really know the definition of the pineapples, they normally have to be upside down to really mean what they mean. But some people still take pineapples as meaning the same thing, and it doesn't. It's upside down pineapples.
Make sure that you're not wearing that dress, and if you're walking down the hallway, no one is following you. They
Well,
might be coming in your room.
you know, it's good to throw somebody up and have a laugh out of it because
Oh, my goodness.
we're in a lot of groups that are lifestyles, that are swingers, that are the LGBT, and because we joined all those groups when we became travel agents, because that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to have specific cruises going out, and we've learned that you can't mix and mingle those groups together, that they're all different entities and they don't like each other very much. So you can't have a swingers and a lifestyles cruise together.
Have you ever heard this before?
No.
Yeah, they don't like each other.
Because in the lifestyles in the lifestyles group, the couples agree for their mates to cheat. Now the swingers, they just swing with anybody. So the swingers, if you put them on the same boat, you have, say you're a swinger and say we're in the lifestyle, I have to agree. She has to agree for me to sleep with you. But if you have the swinger mindset, it's a free for all.
Anybody I want, I
It's
can.
a free for all.
So they get into it all the time. Hey, you better respect me.
Well, that's what happened.
is-
That's what happened at the big fight in New York.
That's what happened
It was
at the all-white
It
party.
was a swingers party in the
Uh-huh.
nightclub. It was
And
a
somebody
party,
got offended or
and
jealous.
somebody got offended, and that's what started the brawl. That
Yeah.
got escorted off in New
And-
York by the police
And probably,
and banned for life.
yes. And that's what I was getting ready to say, because sometimes you get banned for, 10, 15 years. Sometimes you'll never get on
Be able to be
Carnival
on that
again.
cruise again because your name's on a blacklist.
Yep. And Royal Caribbean, might let you on, but they might frown at your upside down pineapple. I'm just saying. But as travel agents, I will say, disclaimer, we do book for every major cruise ship. It does not matter if it's Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, or MSC. We will book that cruise for you because we're not going to discriminate against anybody. We're going to send you where you want to go with whomever you want to go with. So you can reach out to Melissa at Travel with Mel C. You can reach her on her Facebook, Instagram, or they can call you at
832-797-0438.
Mr. I don't like to call him by his name.
Devon.
I don't like to call him by his name. Mr.
Devon.
Smoker Joker says, I seen the pineapples. I went right in.
I can imagine.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I'd be that brave.
Yes.
You don't know what you're walking into.
Smoker Joker has a show on
I'm wearing pineapple
Radio
everything.
as well. It's called What Up Radio. Y'all check his show out every Thursday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
That's why you need to be on the cruise with us in November, Devon.
He says, I'm wearing pineapples on everything.
We can have a pineapple day where we all dress up in pineapples
hell no.
and really mess everybody up. That would be funny though. 'cause
Yeah, but we couldn't go
just say
anywhere
no.
alone.
Just say no. Well, we
Is
don't
that
go
a
alone
rule?
anyway.
Is that a rule with swingers that you're allowed to say no? I mean, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean,
If
I'm
you're
still
wearing
going to be
pineapple,
picky.
That's blasphemy, right?
I'm still going to be picky. I'd
They
be like,
swinging in the rain.
let me see
Oh
it
my God.
first
He went
because,
Paul Wall on him.
yeah.
Oh my God.
He's swinging in the rain.
I'm going to be like, let me see it first because I'm not about wasting time. My time is
Oh,
precious.
Lisa.
That's what I would say. Yeah, that's me.
Oh my gosh. that is so
Knock,
funny.
knock. Let me see it through the peephole.
Oh my God.
Just let me check it out.
Hold on just a minute. I wish we had another hour to talk, but we don't because she was about to cut up and I wanted her to cut up. But we only have 2 minutes left in the show, and we probably have a little more time because I haven't got a knock on the door yet, letting me know that they're here yet. But this was about traveling the world. This was about cruising the world. This was about vacationing. It's vacation time. It's summertime. Some people like to vacation in the summertime. Some people like to vacation in the winter or the fall. Tonight we were with Travel with Mel C. Please go give her a follow on Instagram and Facebook. She is a travel agent. We're travel agents also. You follow us at Travel With Us Only. We're both of our companies are coordinating a huge cruise coming up in November. If you would like to get on board with us and have fun, you see how we do it in the studio. Just imagine us on a cruise.
Yes.
If you would like to get on a cruise with us,
and go to Jamaica and where?
And
Belize.
or Belize. Mm.
Jamaica and
Y'all need to
Belize
vote. Who
are the
wants Jamaica?
highlights.
Who wants Belize? I
Well,
want Belize.
ultimately, we plan on having another cruise in February anyway. So where we don't go in November, we will go in February. On top of us both, sorry, we interrupted you. On
Yeah,
top of
'cause
us both
They're
being
going-
travel
what
agents.
if I want to go? You didn't tell me. Good.
Yes, on top of us both being travel agents, Melissa's also our upline for our travel agency. So if you've ever wanted to be a travel agent, let me break this down for you. Real quick, real simple. If you don't understand, there's a problem and you don't need to be a travel agent anyway. You are paying commission to AAA, to Expedia, to Travelocity, to Bookit.com. You're paying commission to all of these places for them to put your trip
It's
together.
part of your package.
Exactly. It's included. And then when you get there, you don't have a live person to talk to. You have a recording, you have a voicemail, you have somebody that don't care that your transportation didn't pick you up from the airport and take you to your resort. They don't care that when you arrive to your resort, they're completely sold out and they don't have your reservation. And you've put a commission that could have been spent on an excursion, on a drink package, on an internet package. With our companies, you don't pay commission at all. The resorts, the cruise lines,
Well, it depends on what it is now. I mean, you can choose commission or you can choose a travel agent rate depending on the company.
Right, but I'm saying as a consumer, if you go through an independent like us, you're not paying the commission. Where you're going is paying that commission. But why
You're not
pay
paying it to
somebody
other
commission
companies.
to book your trip when you can book your own trip and make commission or take a bigger discount on actually booking your own trip and get a check instead of a bill?
Yeah, you're getting a paycheck
Yeah.
instead of a receipt.
So you're getting cheaper rates, you're getting upgrades, you're getting all these different amenities that goes along with being a travel agent, and you're coming home to a paycheck when your vacation is over. You make money on everybody that books through you. How many people reach out and need a hotel room, need a flight, need different things like that? You could be booking that for them. And so if you're interested, the whole purpose of that, if you're interested in becoming a travel agent or getting more information about being a travel agent, Mel C is who you need to reach out to. Anybody that reaches out to us, we're going to direct them straight over to Mel C. We do not build, we only book.
I definitely recruit and I train. I'm an ambassador through our host agency, so I am able to train as well.
Absolutely. And
I've been
trust me,
trained
she's an
to train.
amazing upline. She's very knowledgeable. She does the work with you. She spends quality time with you. Your training, your marketing material, all of this stuff is free. Ricky, you always want information on everything we talk about, but you never
go back to that?
follow through.
Did Corey send a message?
If you're serious, let us know you're serious. But baby, you can't waste our time because our time is too expensive over here.
Did he say he's getting ready to go to Alaska?
If he's going to Alaska,
we
we're
should do
going
a
with
cruise
him.
to Alaska. I thought he was saying he was getting ready
And
to get-
actually, I want to do that, even though I hate the cold.
Oh,
I just want to
too.
experience it because I definitely live in Alaska.
Yeah, well, I used to.
I live in a morgue / Alaska, and so I'm used to it now. So
I
a
have 4
cruise
children
probably
that are the
wouldn't bother me.
same. So
A cruise probably wouldn't bother me.
She's referring to my 69-degree temperature.
Yes.
You all are insane.
Year round with the fans on.
Yes, and it look, ceiling fan. Yeah. Hello. Body heat is my best friend at nighttime because baby, it is cold in there.
Too, so no, I'm not now that I'm home because my thermostat is not 69.
Well, if you're interested in being a travel agent, hit up Mel C. Follow her page because we're trying to grow her so you guys get to know her very well. Also, if you're not following Travel With Us Only, please do so. Our monetization page is After Dark is Malcolm and Lisa's World, and also it is Real Foodie Talk. That is our new page where we're going to be doing travel and food together. So everywhere we go on our vacations, we're going to go live. We're going to tell you about the experience, everything from the drinks to the appetizers to the desserts to the meals. Everything will be on that page. So you'll want to follow both pages because the other page is not going to talk about travel or food. It's all going to be on that page. So make sure you're following both. And being shut it up again.
The last couple minutes of the show, I wanted to be all about Mel C. And so my question to you is, I got two questions. Well, not really a question. I want you to tell our listening audience, someone who's never cruised before, where would you send them and why?
I would send them out of Galveston. I would send them on a 4 or 5 day cruise to Cozumel, just so that they can see what it's like and see if they are cruise friendly. Not everybody, there's some people. I'll use my son Jacob for example. He was a child that got car sick all the time when we would go in the hill, drive in the hills or whatever. So I was concerned. He went on a 7-day cruise, but that's what he wanted to do. But I was concerned whether or not he would get seasick or not. So we were prepared in case and brought the patches and stuff. There are people that get seasick. That's just, and they are really, really in their cabins the entire time. So but I feel like that's not a normal thing. I think there's not that many people that are that bad.
Right.
But you don't know until you do it. I don't feel it. The only time I ever feel it is when we're in the comedy club, because it's at the back of the ship. And back there you really don't know because you're drunk anyway. So you think you're swaying and not the boat swaying.
And I'm with Melissa on the 4-day to Cozumel. But I will also say that no matter how many days you go on a cruise, I always recommend that you get the seasick medicine anyway.
Just in case.
Because if you get seasick, your entire cruise is ruined.
Right.
Your entire cruise could be ruined.
And that's why I suggest one of those, because they're only one, most of the time, they're only one port as well. So financially, you're getting the entire picture of what a cruise involves by going on one of those. You only have one port you have to worry about an excursion. So you understand, the money that an excursion costs and souvenirs when you're there. You'll learn the feel of a drink package if you want a drink package, or you learn what the whole experience are. I've never booked anybody that didn't want to do it again.
No.
That doesn't mean that there aren't those out there that do, or that might not want to do it again. I have known people that have been, I've talked to people that get so sick that they won't cruise.
Right.
Won't cruise again.
And we actually took his kids, my kids, and his parents on a cruise, and I gave everybody seasickness medicine, because if one of them would have got sick, it would have ruined the cruise for everybody.
Right.
And we actually experienced our first cruise together, and I believe it was a 4 or 5 day cruise.
It was a 4-day. We only had one stop.
Yeah.
We went to Cozumel. Remember, when you take your best friend on their first cruise, you have to keep a close eye on them, because they try to get you arrested by the police. And they try to get drunk in the tequila shop.
Hey,
and you have to drag them on the ship.
It's free.
Drag them on the ship intoxicated, so that you don't get your luggage put out on the pier, because she was so
The
drunk.
tequila was free. I'm not a tequila drinker, but when you are offering me free tequila, what am I? If I'm rude to them, they're never going to want me to come back.
And
so I had to say yes.
Mexico without a passport, because at that time neither one of us had a passport. Then how are you going to get home?
Well, if we're going to get stuck anywhere, I want to get stuck in Jamaica.
At that time, my ex-husband told me the one thing not to do was to talk to the police. What was the first thing she did when we got off the boat? Talk to the police. I'm like, we're going to get it.
I wanted to take my picture with them.
We're going to get kidnapped.
I wanted to take my picture with them.
Luckily, that did not happen.
It's an experience, and if I would have got arrested, we would have got pictures of that.
While we're in jail and can't come home.
Somebody could have bailed us out.
Who would have bailed?
I don't know. We could have been like the basketball player, and
we never would be where we are now, because we would still be in jail probably, because we're cute, so they wouldn't want us to come back.
Well, yeah, but it was an experience, and she's right. The tequila is free, and
in the shop, not everywhere.
And back there,
they're just trying to get you to buy it.
The pina coladas were the best pina coladas I'd ever had in my life.
And where were you?
I may have had them. Cozumel.
Cozumel.
I may have had.
We went to.
A couple
that's
too
when we
many.
went to Chacanab. That's
Chacanab. Oh my God, I love that place.
And she got to swim with the dolphins for the first time, and we got the little fishies swimming around our feet. It was fun.
We were scared to scuba dive.
And it was an all-girls cruise.
Yep, we were scared to scuba dive. So the scuba diver instructor came over and put food by our feet. So the fish, and they were beautiful colored fish.
Were so pretty. We got to see, what's the one cute fish in the
like Finding Nemo.
We got to see Nemo that time.
Yes, beautiful, really beautiful. And I'm telling you, the water is crystal clear. You can see all the way to the bottom.
I mean, it was beautiful. We had a great time. Like I said, I've never booked anybody that didn't want to go back. But that's what I would recommend for my first one would be, I mean, and people that live in, Florida, they have like 2-day cruises that go places in Florida. There's companies that are even shorter that you can do.
Wow.
But I recommend you go to the closest port to you and go to the shortest cruise
Right.
possible for your first one, to see what it was like. I had a lot of people come to me when I started doing it. They're like, we could never afford to go on a cruise. And when I told them how much it was and that you can make payments, it changed their world. Now they travel all the time.
Right.
So
I think 4
that's
days.
a misconception that people have that you can't afford those kind of things.
I think 4 days for our first cruise. I came off wishing we had one more day.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
I think that, I probably would, I've been to Cozumel so many times. I probably would never do a 4-day again. I would do a 5-day though. Because I've never been, I've heard bad things about Progresso that it's not as much fun, but I've never been there. So I'd go.
Let me interject this. Since they're on the subject of being seasick, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but after I've been on 3 cruises now, I think I can say this. If you generally have a strong stomach, you don't have to worry about seasickness. Am I
No, because I have a
fairly
very strong.
accurate?
I have a
it
very
just
strong
depends
stomach.
on you because like I have vertigo, so I was really worried that because I had vertigo that I would be seasick, and I had vertigo and I never got seasick. So
Yeah.
I just think it just depends on you. I think people that are prone to like being car sick are more prone to that kind of stuff.
Or I will
Or
tell
like
you.
they throw up on roller coasters and stuff like
Right.
that.
I will tell you, roller coasters don't bother me. The ocean doesn't bother me because I was raised around the
Yeah,
ocean.
I was too.
But I did experience some seasickness on a 7-day cruise because I made the mistake of eating facing the ocean on a bad weather day.
Yeah, we went through a hurricane.
But it started to make me seasick, but as soon as I turned around to where I wasn't seeing the ocean, it automatically stopped. I never in a million years thought I would have got seasick because I could put your organs back in your body and it doesn't bother me. What does bother me is puke. That's it though. I can do everything else.
And I've never seen anybody on all the cruises I've been on. I've never seen anybody get sick. Have you ever seen anybody throw up on a cruise ship?
I saw somebody running to the bathroom and it was coming out.
Okay, well, I haven't seen that.
I saw.
I'm sure it happens. I just haven't seen it.
I've heard stories. Now I don't know if they were drunk or.
Now I'd be throwing up if I saw somebody throw up in the pool or something. Yeah, I'd be throwing up then. Because I have sympathy throw up. If I see you throw up, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, I'm a compassionate vomiter.
Yeah, me too.
I believe our next guest is here. If anybody has any questions, and within the next 5 minutes of the show, please call in at 713-777-9595. That's 713-777-9595. Any questions, any last minute questions? We've got 5 hot minutes left in the show. Our guest just arrived and just notified us that we're here. We've got another show, another part of the night coming up, another part of After Dark with Malcolm and Lisa. Another interview is coming in. We're going to be talking about a taste of chamoy. It's candy. It's I forgot how they described it.
Because it's not my cheat day.
It's all about chamoy for the next hour
on
on After Dark with Malcolm and Lisa. But if you have any travel questions, you feel like traveling, you feel like going on a cruise, and you just don't know, or you've been to cruises before and you want someone to reinvigorate the feeling of going again. You don't have the feeling, you don't want to go, but you really want to go. And hey, call in, and maybe Travel with Mel C will answer your questions and get you ready to go.
Anyone on the panel will spend time with you. We'll talk to you. We'll give you our experience. One thing is we're very, very familiar with Carnival, so we can tell you, as much as we can. If we don't have the answer, we'll find somebody who does. Yep. We'll research the answer for you. We will get you the answers that you need. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter why you're going. If it's a girl trip, a boy trip, if it's your anniversary, your birthday, it's a family reunion. If you're getting married, on the cruise ship or on an exotic island, no matter what the reasoning is, we've got a cruise just for you. And for me personally,
even you pineapple
people.
Yeah,
Even you
and
pineapple people.
and for me personally,
I'm not going to be a pineapple participant. I promise you
I will
that.
send you links to your excursions. I will send you the prices on your drink packages and everything. And I love to sit with you and actually show you different things, show you what the rooms look like and stuff like that. So, you want a travel agent that's outside of your Expedias and your Travelocities and stuff, because you're not going to get that personalized attention. One thing about Melissa, when she books something, I mean, she really digs deep and gets the knowledge. So when you ask her a question about a certain place, she's going to be able to have that answer for you. And even if it's a place we've never been, she's going to be very knowledgeable about that. So no matter where you want to go, whether it's a cruise, a flight, a hotel, a honeymoon package, a wedding package, definitely reach out. Definitely follow Travel with Mel C. Let's bring her numbers up, because she has some amazing content, and she's learning. So be patient with her. We're all a work in progress. Me and Malcolm have only been doing this mentorship since February, and we're blessed to be under May Life. She is our mentor for the mentorship program. She is an awesome mentor. She holds your hands until you get monetized on your platforms. So if you're interested in being monetized, you're interested in making money off of social media, definitely reach out and let us know. We'll put you in touch with Maybay. If you want to be a travel agent, again, reach out to Mel C. We don't build, we only book. So anybody that reaches out to us that's interested in doing it, we automatically send them to the best upline in the industry. So, let us know if you don't remember her name, reach out to us. We'll send you the link to her page. We'll send you her phone number. We'll connect you any way that we can. She will be back. Like I said, stay tuned though. If you're wanting to join our movie club, definitely get in the inbox and let us know. We'll probably start that in August. We're going to pick the perfect day. We're going to, decipher how everything's going to kind of roll out, and we're going to pick the first few movies. And I don't think he likes me on the show.
She's long-winded. It's time. She has
No.
show.
I wish we had more time, but our guests are here, and I just want our guests to get ready. Our guests, I need y'all to get ready out there in the listening audience.
Look.
Whether you're on www.realtalk100radio.com or watching us live, keep it live to Real Talk 100 Radio, because up next, we all love gummy bears, right? It's all about gummies with chamoy. Up next, a taste of chamoy. Y'all go ahead and give them a follow on Instagram right now at A Taste of Chamoy. Gummy bears with chamoy on them, y'all. Can you imagine? Keep it locked to Real Talk 100 Radio. Up next until about 10 o'clock probably, because we won't get them in here till 8:30-ish. So from 8:30-ish to 9:30-ish, it's all about gummies.
9:30 is better because my stomach is rumbling.
Gummies and chamoy. Gummies and chamoy.
Not only that,
gummies and
but they are also doing a school drive. Every year we do a back to school drive, and this year we have 2 different school drives going on. So free interviews, whether you're a business or an artist, for this month. All you got to do is donate school supplies, and you can come up here and have an interview with us on the air and on our platforms. So text interview to 936-333-1969. Tell me, because I'm the one that does the scheduling, that you want to donate some school supplies, and we'll get you that free interview. And the interview doesn't have to be for this month. It just has to be booked this month. So you can book it out further. And all you got to do is donate school supplies. But just know, if you go to the dollar store and bring us a $1 item, we appreciate that item, but we're going to talk about you. The kids deserve better. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, y'all. We're going to reboot, and we're going to be right back on live in just a few minutes. If you like gummy bears, hey, get ready to taste them Mexican style. Hey, don't jump on me. They said that. They said they even have a group called Them Damn Mexicans.
They do not.
On Instagram, I promise. Them Damn Mexicans. I hope they're out here with them. It's a different group, but they're all friends. Taste of Chamoy will be in the house. If you like gummy bears, get ready to eat them Mexican style in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
936-333-1969. Free interviews this month. Book it. School supplies.
So where you sit?
I'm a big hootie hootie.